Angela Oakley says that Kelli has to protect her landlord, Shamea, and also speaks on how she forgave Portia so quickly and not Shamea. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we're talking Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17, and we are just a couple weeks away from this reunion, you guys. And Angela Oakley has graced us with another interview that she has done. The clip that I'm going to be reacting to is courtesy of No Chaser TV, in which she is asked about Kelli and her disastrous of an interview on Carlos King, and also why she has forgiven Portia regarding the Charles Oakley comments and not Shamea, right? So we're going to get right to it. As always, I like to break down the clips, give commentary and reaction in between, and all of this and all of that. So without further ado, we are going to get right into it.
Kelli did an interview with Carlos King that came out today. I just saw one clip from it where she was talking about, she said she called it disgusting that you would speak on Shamea's marriage. But I do think there's been a lot of chatter about your marriage as well in this group. And so
and you'll see who started it. You'll see where it originated after the reunion.
Okay.
So my issue with Kelli really is she's taken on everyone else's beef. You know what I'm saying? She's taking on Shamea's beef with Angela Oakley. She took on Britt Eady's beef as well last season. You know what I'm saying? And any person that Shamea's got an issue with this season, she's just taking it on, right? And then she has her own personal obsession with Portia that started her first episode last season, concerned about Portia and Simon, which had nothing to do with you, right? But you've had this obsession with Portia's cat for 2 seasons, right? But the disconnect for me is Kelli saying that what Angela did to Shamea is so disgusting, but you have no smoke for your landlord of her starting the Charles Oakley rumors dating back to last season. Charles is always outside. The rumor is Charles Oakley is doing this and doing all of this and is playing in Angela Oakley's face. Why is that okay? But if Angela comes back with the same energy, y'all want to cry wolf. Y'all want to send out cease and desist. Make it make sense. Let's continue.
Oh, it became, and Kelli has I don't understand an issue with Kelli, but in any back and forth that I'm in, she's always chiming in. She's always, from Pinky to Brett to Shamea. I'm like, where's my issue with you stemming from? Are you just latching onto their issues? And so her and I then have to go back and forth because, she's little, but those little nicks hurt after a while. I'm like, what? Let me address you.
It's given because Kelli has no storyline. Her ex-husband is suing the network, has blocked her youngest children from being filmed on the show. Her business is up in flames. Her financials are a disaster. The former stylist that she had is serving looks for Portia, Cynthia, and Drew Sidora. Meanwhile, she is still looking a hot mess express. So she has nothing to do but listen to Shamea cry all day and all night about her failed friendship with Portia, but still throwing all these shots and digs and can't stand in it. So basically, Kelli has to be the pit bull amongst all these other housewives that Shamea is afraid to confront, but it is misplaced because none of these ladies have legitimate issues with Kelli except for Portia. So you look like a clown jumping into all this other drama and everyone else's storyline, and you're doing it for camera time and because you have nothing else going on for yourself. But it's really weird to get into the ring with Angela Oakley unless you just have a desire to get read down to the ground. Right? Unless you just have a desire, you just want Angela Oakley to cook you just one good time, because what was the reason, Kelli? What is your actual beef with Angela Oakley? The only person you really have beef with and should have beef with is Portia, but even with that, You started the beef. You started this last season. Oh, I want to know about her and that lady's husband. You came in like a fan. Make it make sense. Let's continue.
But as far as her saying that about Shamea and me saying that about her, Kelly has said disgusting things about my husband and also Shamea. So for her to just say I'm disgusting, it's kind of like, you got to protect your landlord. I'm just going to leave it there. Like, I know you need a place to stay, so you're going to take up for your landlord.
And these are my issues with Kelly. Number one, her 2-year obsession with Portia and coming onto the show as a fan, trying to take on Twitter hot takes about stuff that we've said about Portia for seasons and seasons and seasons ago. But there was no current issues, right? There was no current issues. You kept poking with this obsession with Simon. And when Portia hit back, now all of a sudden you want to act a certain type of way. No. Issue 2, you being an opportunist, Kelly. And you know you're an opportunist. First, you were all up on Britt Edie until you and Britt Edie had a falling out. The root of why you and Shamea are mad at Angela Oakley was because she was not trying to participate in y'all little newbie alliance last season. She realized that the vets were the winning team and you guys are the losing team and you guys are draining. You guys are negative Nancy's. You guys are Debbie Downers. You guys hold grudges. You want to drag things out to Timbuktu, and Angela Oakley ain't got that type of time. And then thirdly, like we have discussed and like Angela Oakley just mentioned, you know what I'm saying? The taking on of other people's issues. So you can have a moment on TV, so you can hope you could be a meme or something or go viral for something, and it's completely unnecessary. And all of this, all roads lead back to Shamea. All roads lead back to Shamea, that Shamea knows she can't go head or toe to toe really with any of these ladies. She can't go head to head or toe to toe or say the things she really wants to say to these ladies. So she has enlisted Kelly to take all this stuff on. And you're going to defend nonsense, Kelly, just for the simple fact that Shamea is financing a place for you to stay and allegedly has set you up with a man that sounds like he might still be married, and Jarvis that can't show his face anywhere. That sounds like a married man to me. Because I guarantee you none of these women are trying to entertain him. You're just saying that because you're insecure. You're insecure and you think Portia's gonna you think Portia's gonna get him. You know what I'm saying? Because you and Portia allegedly, according to Claudia Jordan, have a mutual, at least one mutual in common. Let's continue.
But it's unfounded. I only return serve. I'm not out here slinging the mud first.
What do you think about people who think that you moved on from Portia's comment about Charles last season, like too easily, too quickly? Because I feel like that's sort of a common refrain that people bring up. Yeah.
So when that happened with Portia, I literally had a blackout moment because I literally was looking for my clothes to go downstairs and confront in real time, to where I was like, okay, this is not good. This is dangerous. This is dangerous for me, and everything I work for, I could lose, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So
Angela Oakley, remember, she was on some Knuck If You Buck time last season. Remember the room that she had? She was able to see the late night pool party with the girls drinking and talking loud. And remember, she had that iPhone recorder, you know what I'm saying, recording the whole conversation. And she came down. Soon as she heard, because there was conversation prior to that. But soon as she heard, you know what I'm saying, she better stop messing with me or I'm going to F Charles Oakley. and Angela Oakley, she came so fast down there and was like, what was that you said? Why did Portia skedaddle? Portia got out of there. And we say again, I say in every video that I reference this, that Portia was flat out wrong for that comment. That comment was out of order. Absolutely out of order. But again, her and Kelly, y'all keep forgetting, kept making comments. Oh yeah, Portia slept with that lady's husband. So if y'all gonna keep poking the bear, it's not right that she said that. But ultimately, Angela Oakley, you know what I'm saying? They haven't had an issue since. Let's continue.
Oh, I think people jump over the fact that I immediately confronted that. It wasn't, no, I'm going to wait until we film. No. It was like, no, hey, we're not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And so her and I spoke, and there was an apology, and I apologized for what she said I did to offend her or whatever. And so we move forward. She has not brought up his name again. So we
she's
can
walking
leave
the
it right
walk.
there.
Right.
Right. And then, and to my point, and I don't know if people, the next scene almost, here I am accusing Phaedra of something she didn't do. And I have to ask Phaedra for forgiveness. Like, hey, Phaedra, can we move on? And, so I'm
And you were
kind
able
of like,
to, but you were able to move on,
I was, so I can't deny Portia that. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Let's keep it a buck. Angela killed two birds with one stone, right? Angela played this strategically, right? For a multitude of reasons. She keeps alluding to, and I don't know whether or not the reunion is going to show it or not, because we're only going to have 3 parts. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be about an hour, technically 48 minutes or whatever the case may be with commercials, 42 minutes, whatever. So she keeps alluding to the Portia saying that comment. If she keeps messing with me, I'm going to F Charles Oakley. But prior to that, Angela Oakley keeps alluding to the fact that there was ongoing conversation that was not led or instigated by Portia, which would indicate it's Shamea and possibly Kelli that's egging on this Charles is outside conversation. And fast forward to this season when Angela Oakley and Shamea had that sit down. Once again, you know what I'm saying? Shamea is throwing the shot first about Charles being outside, and that's when Angela Oakley hit back. Well, you would know, you know what I'm saying? You would know, you would have to be outside as well to see him, to see that he is outside, right? So I just found that interesting that people are trying to hold on to this. Well, how could she forgive Portia so fast? But what has Portia said since then? Since that incident and this season that warrants Angela Oakley to have a grudge still. And really, Angela Oakley, she's still throwing all this shade about it in her confessionals. But again, we're not seeing anything from Portia that's giving that type of energy other than the time that she said what she said. The reason that there is still an issue with Shamea, because Shamea keeps throwing it out as a shot. Just like Shamea lied and tried to make it seem like she still was not dragging stuff out with Portia, only to continue to bring up old stuff and bring up their moms and bring up Portia's kid and everything else, which would indicate she's talking to somebody about all this stuff. But none of these housewives have been able to say that Portia is talking about Shamea behind Shamea's back. That is the difference, right? But killing the 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Because what also happened as well is while Angela Oakley and Portia made up, she also threw in the dagger, which was letting Portia know that Shamea, making it seem like that was her childhood bestie and all the things that Shamea was playing in Portia's face. So ultimately as well, Angela was peeping that Shamea is the one that is doing all the mess, is causing all the chaos, is causing all the drama, and she made a strategic decision to say, listen, I know what I'm getting with Portia, the good and the bad. Shamea just won't stop. Shamea can't just stop, starting all this drama with me. But if I can make amends with Portia, her and I don't have to be besties. But we can be cordial as co-workers. We can do what we need to do. And I'm going to do what I need to do. And that is let you know Shamea don't like you. Shamea don't like you, and she never did like you. And was waiting to be a peach to unleash all of these secret, hidden agendas that she pretended to get over with you because she was a friend of, but really she was still holding grudges about, right? So ultimately, she figured, hey, not only am I going to make up with Portia, I'm also going to break up, help break up, right? Because ultimately, Shamea and Portia are adults, right? They're adults, and the friendship was fractured before Angela Oakley did anything, right? But she made a strategic move. Basically, it neutralized and low-key began the isolation process of Shamea. because Shamea didn't realize and didn't recognize that she needed to let things go and move on as a housewife. And she didn't realize doing all that running her mouth, all that trash talking she was doing with all the newbies last season, because she was trash talking to Britt Edie. She was trash talking to Drew and Angela. She was trash talking to anybody who would listen about her feelings on Portia, just like she's done several seasons as a friend of. She was not expecting them to run it back to Portia. So that's why Shamea is really mad, because she thought that all that trash she was talking about Portia was going to stay between them. And Angela Oakley said, you keep talking about my husband, you keep doing this, let me let Portia know that you're not really the bestie that you're claiming to be. And then I think what happened this season, Shamea gets upset anytime the housewives, you know what I'm saying, decide to work it out, decide to resolve their issues. Like Angela said in this clip, she even had that issue with Phaedra that they resolved this season. Shamea does not like anybody getting along, especially if it is anybody that she feels that she can use on her side to go against Portia. She's very mad that Drew and Portia made up so quickly. She is mad that Angela Oakley and Portia have made up. And she still has issues. You know what I'm saying? She is still carrying out this nonsense with Drew when it was unnecessary. She is very upset that Angela and Phaedra made up. She's upset that Angela and Drew were not about to mess up their real life friendship. Like you did, Shamea. So as a result of these housewives understanding the bigger picture, that's why you try to assemble a second alliance, a second season in a row as a peach holder in hopes that that was going to be enough manpower to go toe-to-toe against Portia, against Angela Oakley, and against Drew Sidora. And it flopped and it failed because all you are left with now is Kelli, your pit bull. But that's not going to be enough on an ensemble show like this. Cynthia, as much as you made fun of her for being a friend of, she's been a peach way longer than you ever will be. And two, earned her peach back with how she was moving this season. Out housewife you, and you were the one with the peach. So I think Angela has played this perfectly to where she is out housewifing out of all of the newbies. She's out housewifing all of them. She's not perfect. She has her flaws, but she has out housewifed Shamea and Kelli specifically out of the newbies. And they can't handle it. And they're also upset that Angela Oakley is a fan favorite. And they try to do anything to tear down the fan favorite, which is why they have the hard-on for Portia, and which is why they kept coming after Angela Oakley. They wanted to be the breakout stars. They want to be the one that's invited to all the Bravo stuff. And it's not happening for them. It's not happening for them. Very telling that Shamea, I can't stress this enough, was the only housewife on both couches that said that there was no other housewife from any other franchises. We're not talking about her besties with, Candy, or her being cool with Nene, or her liking Kenya, or liking Marlo, or any of the sort. We're talking about what other housewives from other franchises, Beverly Hills, OC, New York, Miami, Salt Lake City, Potomac. You know what I'm saying? Who else? New Jersey. Who do you rock with outside of here? Who do you get along with outside of here? Who are you showing support with? And Shamea said, nobody. Which would indicate to me that these housewives peep something with you, not even at the BravoCon. that these other housewives peep something about you in real life, in real time, about how you move, about your personality, about how you conduct yourself, in addition to how you took your opportunity as a peach holder to destroy immediately right out the gate a childhood friendship, even with Candy and Phaedra falling out, and even Jackie and Simone from Married to Medicine falling out, and Quad and Mariah from Married to Medicine falling out. That took seasons. That wasn't right out the gate. That wasn't right when the camera started rolling and y'all both full time. No. Right out the gate as a peach holder, you were being messy and Portia had no clue. And then this season, Portia's paid you dust completely. And you can't take it. So her obsession now of just targeting anybody that has no issue with Portia or quickly resolved issues with Portia is biting Shamea in the ASS. And how far she went against Portia in Scotland turned off the entire cast. Turned off everybody, including her own alliance, and colluding K. Michelle, that her and her mom begged in a hookah lounge, saying, hallelujah, don't turn on Shamea no matter what for that Jezebel. No. Only to go low and talk about somebody's mama and kids and stuff. All because you're upset that Portia does not want this friendship anymore. But you're too prideful and too proud to just say that, right? So as a result, you have Kelli throw all these insults on your behalf. You try to do some shady stuff by not inviting Portia to your husband's surprise birthday party. You know what I'm saying? And you realize that trying to shun Portia is not going to work. You can't try to shun the person that Bravo is pushing for all these opportunities. You have to find a way. You're not even coexisting at this point. Portia wants nothing to do with you. And when Portia wants nothing to do with you, that is a bad sign for your future on the show. Y'all played all of this wrong. You know what I'm saying? Y'all played all of this wrong. Kelli and Shamea, you had an opportunity to showcase yourselves, showcase your real life, but y'all obsession with Portia was going to always do y'all in. So I'm very curious to see what is going to happen at this reunion. I am glad that Angela Oakley has provided a little bit of insight that it wasn't just Portia's comment is why she can't move forward with Kelli and Shamea, that they were basically being messy as well. And we keep seeing, even this season, Shamea keeps talking about Charles being outside. And it's like, enough already. Enough already with the shenanigans of it all. So anyways, that is it for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. Hype the video like you never hyped a video before in your life. There is that. There's that. That is it. That is all. Es todos, es final, es finito, es the end of the road, es the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.